Hey fellow reptile lovers, it's Bob here of Kaler's Aquatics and Reptiles, and it's time to do an update on my Brazilian rainbow boa. Got this snake about 5, maybe 4 weeks ago. It's wild caught. I got it from Underground Reptiles, and it was one of 8 adult snakes that they put on sale. All that they were able to tell me about it was it would be between 45 and 60 inches, and it was on small rats. Well, it turns out those are live rats, not frozen thawed, and so that's what I've been having to feed it. And I probably have fed it a little too much. A snake this size, being a boa constrictor, it's gonna eat less frequently. Every 2 weeks is plenty. 2 to 3 weeks is what the experts say, and a small rat's plenty. So I've fed it every week or 10 days, and last week I gave it 2 smaller rats because they didn't have the mediums. So it feeds well. It will not take the frozen thawed. I've never seen the snake in its entirety, though I've got several short videos and pictures of it. I had to use my snake hook, and I was doing some hook training with it. In other words, opening the lid but tapping it sometimes to let it know that every time I open the lid doesn't mean that it's time to eat, so that I can begin to handle the snake. I still have not done that for a couple of reasons. One, because I haven't worked up the nerve to do it. When I was hook training it, I saw how incredibly strong the snake is, and when you watch for instance Clint's Reptiles, he talks about their strength, and he is a herpetologist and a biologist, and he's not exaggerating. He has 2 that he's working with that are his when he's doing the video, which was about a year ago on them, and it's the strongest snake that I own, or that I have, or that I've ever handled. I suspect it's 6 feet long, easily. Its head is the section going behind the pot, the upper section, and its tail end, or the distal end, I'll call it, loops underneath that and comes back and goes over this way underneath it, and seems to be curled underneath there somewhere, but you can see all of that's tail under there, plus goes around. And its midriff, its midsection, it goes under. This is a hide, and it's actually a hollowed out stump, and it selected that as its favorite hide, and it curls up and stacks up inside that. So, you know, more power to you if that's what you like. It knocked it over, or she did, knocked it over, and comes in and out the bottom, and it's got a big opening for pictures and stuff in the top. It's also got a secret side opening up here, so I see why it selected that stump. Meanwhile, I had put in, or actually bought at a Repticon or something, an extra large hide for it, and that's a warm hide over there, and this is a cool hide. That's also a humid hide over on that end. And it's got a big water bowl here, which I've never ever seen it go in, never seen it drink from, never seen it soak, but it does, because the water goes down, and I change that, of course, at least every other day. But it's the largest bowl that I can get in there right now, so it does get in the plants and digs around in those and noses around. You can see some of the stuff it's done to the plants. And since we're down here nosing around, hello there, Theo. And she definitely is awake now. She turned her head a little bit toward us. Of course, lots of times snakes are asleep, and you can't tell that because their eyes are open. But she barely moved when I came around with the camera. And she'll either sit there and ignore me, or she will go back around, and she does a great reverse in slow motion. Just an awesome, just imperceptible almost. So there's Miss Theo, and beautiful snake. Certainly not as gorgeous as some that you can see, people that are breeding them, but she has the incredible iridescence on her. You can see it better under better light. This is just a simple grow lights, all this is for the plants. But you can see how beautiful she is, just as a wild-caught specimen. What else about her? I think I mentioned in another video. If not, I'll mention it now, that I did get a poop specimen, a stool specimen from her early on, and I could see that it had roundworms in it. Those I know from my own dogs and cats and running a pet shelter. So I took them to my vet and the specimen, and she said yes, she does have rounds, but some other kind of worms, but she had to research to see what they were and the appropriate treatment. So, these snakes are easily accessible. Like Clint says, you can have one on your doorstep tomorrow. And you can find them anywhere for under $400. I got this for half that because they were on sale. One of the reasons I haven't handled her is her strength, and also that I stopped the hook training when I started feeding her, which she needs it more than ever now. But I'm sure that she has mites, no doubt. But I look at her close and I zoom in on her and watch her still photographs and her videos, and I don't see suggested areas of mites. And they're not easy to see, you know, they get in folds and stuff. But she doesn't have any major problem from them. But we can expect that she has them for sure. So before I get in there with gloves, I want to be a little more comfortable before I start things up. So I'll go ahead and end this up. My voice is trying to dry up on me, but before I do, just wanted to see what's going on back here. So see, there's maybe only, see her looped up down there, what, 10 inches, something like that over in here. Yeah, I'd say 10 inches, 9-10 inches, no more than a foot for sure. So say 10 inches, and then all of that, and then all of her tail curled up under her there. You can't see it all because some of it goes under that wood. And then back here, see, she pressed her head down a little bit when I came around from up above. It's a good girl. She's getting really used to being looked at. These snakes are, they're terrestrial and they're semi-arboreal, but I've never seen her up on the limbs, not yet. All right, guys, long update, but I just wanted to get a half-decent video, and that's about what it is, half-decent of her. So thanks for watching, and sorry for the voice problems. Take care. Love you guys. See you in the next one soon.